This week, we're exploring a spectacular convergence of celestial and cultural beginnings. The Chinese Lunar New Year, hence we're both wearing red, a rare annual fire ring solar eclipse.
Like what?
Yeah. And the Chinese Lunar New Year is the fire horse Lunar New Year, which only happens every 60 years. And on the exact same day as these, Mardi Gras. It's all happening.
All these events on February 17th. And each has long traditions of marking traditions, cycles, and thresholds. What can we learn from them when they all fall at once? Welcome to our solstice series. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Caitlin. Yeah, today we're kind of grounding this moment in history and astronomy and cultural practice so we can kind of track what these signs and celebrations have kind of meant to humans for centuries and why this convergence feels very significant.
Let's start with the Chinese New Year, also known as the Lunar New Year or the Spring Festival, which falls on February 17th. This marks the beginning of the year of the fire horse in the Chinese zodiac cycle.
I do have to really quickly.
Yeah.
One of the
should
reasons.
we change
okay,
that?
First of all, hold on. No. I'm just very excited. I'm very excited. I brought this episode up to Jerry Lynn because I am like weirdly obsessed with this particular Lunar New Year because I was born on the year of the horse anyway. And I am a fire sign for zodiac, and I'm a Sagittarius, which means I'm half human, half horse, right? That's the centaur is Sagittarius. So then to learn that not only were we back in the year of the horse for the Lunar New Year, it was the year of the fire horse. I'm like jazzed. And apparently it's like the best year for like starting new things and whatever. It's supposed to be really great. We'll get into it. I was so excited about it that when we went rock climbing recently with one of Clara's coworkers who has become a good friend, she's Chinese. And I was like, oh my God, I can't. I'm so excited. She then, the next time they were at work together, she gave it to Clara and then Clara brought it home to me. But she brought me a little Lunar New Year horse.
Oh my God.
It's so cute. Like
that's so cute.
It's so cute for Lunar New Year because I was so excited. So I have it on my desk now for good luck.
Oh my gosh.
With my new job because this is supposed to be the season of starting new things.
I love that. I have to show you this thing. Hold on. Let me get Alla to bring it to me. I'm going to yell, so I'm going to turn this. Wait till you see
I'm excited.
This is incredible. Actually. Now that we're talking about it.
I've been convinced that this is my year. I'm like, this February 17th.
No.
It's so cute.
So apparently Ala is Russian Armenian and her family is really obsessed with the yearly lunar cycles. So they give us Armenian brandy every year for the year that it was. So last year it was the year of the snake. So they gave us a snake. Yeah. And this year it's the year of the horse. So this is a whole thing of brandy.
It's brandy? I thought it was just brandy. A statue.
Oh, it like legitimately has like a thing holding its head on. This has liquid in it. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh my gosh.
It has liquid in it. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
Now, transparently,
that's so cool.
I did give the snake away, but I was like, this I'm keeping.
That's so cool. Yeah. How fun. That's cool because then it's like, even if you drink all the brandy, it's like a good keepsake afterwards.
And the funny thing is Alla and I don't really drink. So we just have like these bottles of brandy that are like really pretty. Don't get used.
One day, it's going to be like my papa, my mom's grandpa, my mom's dad, whatever. Anyway, for some reason was really into collecting these bottles of cologne that Avon made at one point. That were
Avon. I haven't heard Avon in so long.
You know, that Avon made in the shape of busts, like different like historical people, I think it was. I just remember there were these busts, right? And I don't know. He had so many and he never used the cologne. He just bought them to have them.
How interesting.
So we just had these like, even after he died, we still had them. And one day we finally like went through all of the stuff and like got rid of things, right? and we like opened up the cologne to like smell it to see if it still smelled good. It did not. It did not still smell good. These were very, very, very old at that point. So I feel like that's going to be your brandy one day, except at least alcohol keeps a little bit better than cologne does.
I guess we'll find out on one of those rare days where we feel like drinking Armenian brandy.
Or like years down the line, like one of your nieces and nephews is like helping you like clean out your house or something. You guys are like 70 and they're
Yeah,
like,
and it's
what
like,
are
here you
all
go.
these weird statues with old brandy?
It was just up in the closet and around the
Yeah.
fireplace.
It's like in this giant box wrapped in old newspaper.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, yeah, good times.
Back to the Chinese
Back
zodiac.
to the Chinese zodiac. So the Chinese zodiac combines 12 animals with 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And in a 60-year rotation, 2026 zodiac animal is the horse and the element is fire. And it's like an only every 60-year thing.
And the horse is traditionally associated with energy, freedom, movement. Makes sense. Horse. You know,
Yeah.
Traits that cultures through East and Southeast Asia have long connected with action and confidence. The fire element can be seen as amplifying those qualities associated with passion and visible force.
Yeah, this, like I said, this zodiac year only occurs once every 60 years. 1996? That's not right. Is that right? 1996 was the last time we have seen? Wow, that's crazy.
That's 60 years ago.
Wow, I can math.
I can't
math. I'm not good at
I
mathing.
wouldn't.
I was like, is that correct?
You mean it's not 2000?
It's not, yeah. So yeah, the last time it was seen was in 1966. Very rare.
Wow, yeah. I mean, Chinese New Year itself is a 15-day festival that culminates in the Lantern Festival, celebrated with family reunions, symbolic food, lion and dragon dances, and traditions meant to usher in luck and prosperity.
Yeah, even if you don't personally observe Lunar New Year, it's one of the most widely celebrated annual cultural events in the world, not just because it marks a new calendar cycle, but because it embodies the idea of like renewal and communal reset.
That's amazing, actually. With that said, now layer on the astrology. On the same day that the Lunar New Year begins, there will be a rare annual solar eclipse of, quote, Ring of Fire eclipse. How exciting.
I know. An annual eclipse happens when the moon passes directly between the earth and the sun, but it doesn't block it entirely, leaving a glowing ring of sunlight around the moon. And this one will be fully visible over Antarctica.
This conjunction of a new moon and eclipse and a new calendar year on the lunar calendar is astronomical alignment. But human cultures have always used celestial events as timekeepers and symbols.
Yeah, new moons mark beginnings. Eclipses, in many traditions, signal moments of change or revelation. And when multiple marks align, it feels kind of like a threshold, like something that's been true across cultures for centuries, right?
Yeah, I mean, now we're not here to tell you that the eclipse has a specific spiritual meaning, yada yada. That's not what history of astronomy gives us. But we can acknowledge that humans have always read the sky for meaning, direction, and rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Now, the other thing that's interesting. Oh, wait, really quick. What I was going to say is marking new beginnings and this being like a signal of like change and revelation. I can only hope, I truly can only hope that that is what is in store for us this year, because I think we need a lot of change right now. We need a lot of
bring on the change. Yes.
Let's bring on the change. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling very, like I said, I'm very excited about it. Yeah, truly. I'm crying. I'm very excited about this Lunar New Year. Something feels very positive in the air.
I agree.
I don't know what it is, but I'm just getting a very good feeling. And then on top of that, on top of everything else we've talked about, also on February 17th is Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, in many Christian and cultural calendars.
Yeah, so Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday, the last feast day before the 40-day Lenten season begins. with Ash Wednesday. So this is according to Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
So historically, it was
Mm-hmm.
a time to indulge in rich foods that would be avoided during Lent.
Mm-hmm. The celebrations often include parades, masks, costumes, community gatherings that bring people together in shared ritual, not unlike our spring festivals, which are kind of just happening around this season also, which is kind of fun. If you haven't been to Mardi Gras, highly recommend it. I have done it. It's very fun.
Were
In
you
New
there
Orleans, very fun.
on Mardi Gras itself, or like it just in the season?
No, we came was it the actual weekend of Mardi Gras? It was that same week of the actual Mardi Gras. I can't remember if we were there on actual Mardi Gras day, but in New Orleans, it's practically a whole month of parades and stuff like that. But yeah, we were there for that week. I don't know if it was the exact day. I can't remember now. It was
I have also been to Mardi Gras, but not on the day itself. I was like in the season of Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and that's so cool because I also feel
so
like
cool.
It's so cool for so many reasons, not just like the costumings and the gatherings, but also it felt very political. Like we were, and I were there last year with a friend of ours, and the parades were very political. And I thought that was really cool. It was kind of like, it felt like a mixture of like, it felt kind of like Pride almost.
Yeah,
Just in terms of like the big celebrations and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But even though Mardi Gras has Christian origins that you can trace back to earlier seasonal festivals and pre-Christian practices that honor traditions in the calendar, thresholds like the end of winter or the beginning of renewal.
Well, like I said, it's kind of coming in at the same time. We just did our episode and we just celebrated in bulk, and it's all kind of around the same thing, around the same time of year. But yeah, so while Mardi Gras isn't connected historically to Chinese New Year or anything like that, or like solar eclipses, it does share kind of a cultural role in terms of marking like turning points and community celebration and collective transitions.
It's a reminder that humans have always needed markers in time, not to control the cosmos, but to give shape to our lives and communities.
Yeah, and in a world that often feels kind of disjointed or chaotic, especially right now, these kind of alignments, whether celestial, cultural, seasonal, they can all offer a way to like pause, reflect, and connect with others.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, this episode isn't about predictions, but about rhythm.
It's about noticing where we are in our own cycles and in like collective human calendars, and asking, what does transition look like for me right now?
Maybe it's personal growth. Maybe it's a community reconnection. Maybe it's rest after a long winter.
Yeah, we're not really here to tell you how to interpret all of these things converging on one day. But we are here to notice that the universe is handing us 3 major markers on the same day. And I think it is inviting us to kind of take stock in that and try to figure out what that means for us.
And if there's one thing that we can take away from this convergence of sorts, it's that beginnings are not just dates. This is an invitation.
Yeah, whether it's a new moon, a new year, or cultural celebration, these moments remind us that starting is part of living.
And living together with awareness, curiosity, and community is really what gives meaning to beginnings.
Yeah. Yay!
Hey.
Exciting!
Keep showing up even when it's messy. We'll see you next time in the closet.